As we close, what are maybe the one or two things would you say an employer must do as it relates to culture, and what are one or two things an employee, Gen Z, should do, keeping in mind the culture as the context of a career that everybody foresees.
Sure. To me, as far as the employees are concerned, it's not two things, but I think it'll be more than two.
Sure.
Organizations, and I think, through this show, we are communicating to potential employers and employees who probably, need to understand this. And I think if they hear it straight from the mayor's mouth, okay, I think it's going to be very beneficial. So, um, you know, uh, looking at when you're hiring or you want to retain people, define the segment, okay. So, are you looking to, retain tenure based or campus versus experienced hires, or you're looking at gender specific, okay, define the segment, because it's not a broad brush approach. One size or one solution doesn't fit all as far as Gen Z is concerned. So the
Mm,
segment has to be defined. All
mm,
right. The second thing is, then you curate the personal experiences that I talked about based on this segment.
mm,
All
mm,
right. I think that then it becomes more effective.
mm.
Uh, you know, the third thing is, of course, we want to have a results driven organization, a performance based organization. So look at well defined goals and objectives with technology enabled PMS.
Mm, mm, mm,
Technology enabled, I think, is the key word.
mm,
We talked about how much time they spend on and how much they can multitask and all that
right.
earlier. The technology enabled is important. The fourth thing is, as far as informal recognition and
Right.
peer to peer awards and recognition, uh, developing and sustaining a culture of appreciation. All right. And appreciation does not have to be monetary. It's a pat on the back, catch them doing something right, and, say kudos for what they're doing. Okay. Another thing is mentorship and buddy days. I think developing a culture of mentoring, and where people can actually handhold when people are new into the system. Okay. You can call it an early talent assimilation program that you can put in place. All right. And we talked about ideation or innovation. So I think this generation is very high on the need to come up with something new. So I think awards for ideation and innovation is something that organizations can clearly look for. As far as the iGen or the Zoomers are concerned, you know, uh, uh, for them, I would say that you need to give it time. All right.
Mm,
It's, nothing happens in a jiffy, and no changes happen overnight. All right. So understanding the need to work with people, giving time to the system, efforts are being made to basically embrace you and bring you into the system. You've got to be a little tolerant and patient. And again, how much is anybody's guess? Okay.
mm,
Somebody says 6 months, somebody says another year. I don't think there is a magical uh, you know uh, time period. Okay. Each one is different,
mm,
but I think give it time, because rolling stone gathers no moss, as we know. What will happen if you don't give it time is you will repeat that experience and you will continue to be a rolling stone without actually enriching your experience, because you've actually experienced it for a very short period of time.
Right.
All right. So I think each one has their own set limit, which I think they can look at, but give it time. I think patience and time are great virtues which are worth inculcating and developing. Again, it's not, um, I do not believe in prescribing, and I know this generation does not like prescriptions. I'm far from it trying to prescribe. I'm just saying that um, make sure that you are able to add value whichever part of the organization or business that you're part of, and the organization is also able to add value to you. All right, so it needs to be a quid pro quo in both cases, and if that happens, I think there is satisfaction, contentment, and I think then the time is right. If you think you've done enough, you've learned enough, you've added enough, okay, then to move and get a new experience. The interesting thing, Nikhil, is this generation does not look at a job as a job. They look at it as a career experience, and
Mm,
the entire life journey is divided into various career experiences. And having a job and earning a livelihood is just one part of it, because there are so many other experiences that they want to have, before they call it a day,
mm,
that I think it makes the entire perspective very rich.
mm,
I have great admiration for this thought process. I have great appreciation, for people who can do that. uh, However, there needs to be sufficient time, uh,
mm.
you know, that you spend to be able to make sure that the career experience is a memorable one before you actually move on to the next.